again, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy, and I'm glad you decided to join me for this November book chat video. Today I am sitting on the couch and not over here, because I thought I had bad lighting where I was, and because it kind of looked, my videos looked foggy and something, but I realized it was some smudge or something on my phone camera. So that's why I'm over here, because I just now figured it out, and I don't want to move all the way back there. But before I begin, I want to talk to you guys about something that I recently got to experience and do, which was so cool. So if you are unaware, November is the month that I was born. I am a November birthday. I was born on, my birthday is November 24th, and my husband generously bought me and him VIP tickets to see a comedy show, with the comedian being John Crist. I know if you watched my hair video, right, Life as a Right Hemiplegic Hair Part 2, I said I was going to a comedy show and I forgot to say who the comedian was, so I went to see John Crist. It was an absolute blast. Highly recommend going to see his show if you have the opportunity. It is worth it. You will laugh your butt off. Such a good time. With that being said, too, I want to, this is the VIP pass I got, and he signed it, which was very cool. But I also brought my copy of the book he wrote, and I asked him to sign the book before we got our pictures taken, and he did, and he signed it right there, and I am just tickled pink that he did it. He is a hilarious comedian. If you are interested in reading his book, I would highly recommend it. It is super funny, and an easy read, very easy reading. I read this probably 2 days, maybe 3 to finish up the last part, but so very easy reading. If you are interested in a funny nonfiction book, I would highly recommend it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some books to get you in the mood for like fall, Thanksgiving-ish, even though I know fall started September. These books will kind of get you in the mood for comfy, cozy, but not quite Christmas cozy, if that makes sense. But I also want to share with you some of the books that I've already read this month. So the first book is called The Flintstones, the official guide to cartoon classics. My husband got me this, brought home this book for me from a move a client didn't want, and he said that my husband could take it. It is really fun, full of fun information and fun facts about not only the TV show, but the characters, how they came up with their taglines, and the history behind the cartoons. And I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this book. It was very fun to read. I read it in 2 days. Easy reading. It actually got me into the mood to rewatch the Flintstones cartoons, and of course the theme song is, everybody knows the theme song. So if you're interested in a fun, easy read, I would recommend The Flintstones, the official guide to cartoon classics, by Jerry Beck. Again, this was just, I had such a good time reading it. It's fun, fast-paced, and really just a joy to read. And what I am currently reading right now is called Dragon Rose, Tales from the Latter Kingdoms by Christine Pope. This is a fantasy and it is a standalone, and the story is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love this book because it's a standalone, so it's just by itself, but it is so good. I love her take on it. She is a wonderful writer. She makes interesting characters and vivid descriptions of castles and the market and all this kind of good stuff. So if you want a take on a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I would definitely recommend Dragon Rose by Christine Pope. I also have another book by her, and it's really good as well. One book to get you into the mood for fall, Thanksgiving-ish feels is Silas Marner by George Eliot. If you don't know, Silas Marner is falsely accused of a theft, loses everything, including his faith in God, and removed from his fellow man. He moves to a village where he becomes a weaver, taking refuge in his work. Silas slowly begins to accumulate gold, his only joy in life, until one day that too is stolen from him. Then, one dark evening, a beautiful golden-haired child, lost and seeking light from Silas's college, trottles through his doorway. As Silas grows to love the girl as if she were his own, his life changes into something precious. But his happiness is threatened when the orphan's real father comes to claim the girl as his own, and Silas must face losing a treasure greater than all the gold in the world. This just has a very cottage, cozy feel to it. Again, this is a standalone. I love this book. I think it is one of the classics that is underrated, but I love Silas Marner. He is again, underrated character, and I don't know why. I like him so much. I love to see the progression of his life, how he is kind of one-minded in a lot of ways, and through adopting the child, he totally changes his life around in ways, and it is such a joy to read. I absolutely love reading this book. Again, it's a great standalone, doesn't take long to read, and if you are intimidated by this book because of the words, there is also audiobooks that you can get it read in almost, it doesn't take that, it's not a very long audiobook. And I've listened to a version of the audiobook while I exercise, and I can get through at least half of the book, maybe 3 days, the audiobook, and you're done. So that's something to keep in mind. The next book that I would like to share with you guys is a fantasy story called Entwined by Heather Dixon. This is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. The princesses, there are 12 princesses, and they're all sisters, and they are under a spell / curse, whatever you want to say, where they have to go to a forbidden land and dance all night through. And they can't tell anybody, and something happens where they must figure out a way how to defeat it, how to break the curse / spell, whatever kind of you want to call it. So that's like the outline for the 12 Dancing Princesses. This story kind of takes a new twist on it, where the 12 dancing princesses are kind of bored with their life, and they are very restricted in what they can do because their dad is king, and their kingdom isn't in a super great political state. And they discover a magical door, and to get to a magical kingdom, but all magic comes with a price, and they discover that everything is not what it seems. And this definitely gives you the mystery vibes, but also the wonderful magical elements of oh gosh, what is that movie? It kind of, oh, what is that? Oh, The Labyrinth. It kind of has that vibes to it. It's not The Labyrinth in any way, shape, or form, but it kind of has that feel to it, that magical feel where you kind of get lost in the world, but everything is not what it seems. This definitely it's a perfect book to curl up to, have some tea or hot cider with. I absolutely love reading this book. And I would highly recommend it for anybody who is interested in a fairy tale-esque mystery story. The next book I would like to share with you is a classic, and I don't think it gets enough love, but I love it, and that is Jane Austen's Northanger Abbey. Everybody, I'm sure, knows Jane Austen. But I love the main character, Catherine Morland. I love the journey she goes on in this book. To me, it just kind of gives you all the feels of a good book, of the fall time and her journey that she goes on, and learns about not only herself, but the ways of the world, so to speak. And it's just a joy to read. I get so happy when I read this. And I know if anybody out there is a Jane Austen fan, most of you are Pride and Prejudice fans, which is wonderful. I like Pride and Prejudice. It was a good book, but it certainly is not one of my top favorite Jane Austen ones. This is. So if you're looking for an easy Jane Austen book to read and to follow, I would definitely check out and read Northanger Abbey. It's a pretty straightforward, not complex story. This is my copy. I absolutely love it. And if you're looking, like I said, to get into classics, especially Jane Austen, I would start with Northanger Abbey. And one of the last books I'd like to share with you is a fantasy story. It's the first book in the series, and that is called Redwall by Brian Jacques. This is a fantasy adventure about anthropomorphic animals who live in medieval times, and they have to go on, depending on the book, most of the main characters have to go on a quest or a journey of discovery and there's lots of perils along the way. There's pirates, there's animals, not people, that want to invade the abbey which they live at. The main good characters are mice, shrews, hares, badgers, otters, field mice, creatures of that, hedgehogs, moles, and the villains of the story are always like rats, ferrets, stoats, weasels, monitor lizards. One of them the villain was a wolverine. But I will say, and this is not a spoiler alert, good always triumphs evil, but that does not mean that there is no bloodshed spilt. Bloodshed is spilled, but they do not go into the graphic details of that. This book focuses on Martin, or not Martin. It focuses on Matthias and his journey to restore the sword that was lost to their abbey by their founder, Martin the Warrior. And he has to go through trials and tribulations, and the story is filled with riddles and feasts and triumphs and failures and song. This book truly inspired me to read fantasy and get me into reading books. They're filled with heart and laughter and adventure and just everything. I love this book series. I will always love this book series. It's one of my favorite book series ever. And the way the author Brian Jacques describes the characters and the setting, you just sort of in ways sometimes feel that you forget in ways that the characters are animals, because they're so well described and they have amazing journeys and thoughts, and it's just so well written. And I know it may not be for everyone, and I'm okay with that, but if you're really looking for a good journey and good quest and friendship and all that good stuff, I would highly recommend Redwall by Brian Jacques. And the last book I would like to share with you is a book that I wrote myself. I am a self-published author, and it is the book that I wrote called Legends, Orbs of the Elements. This is a high fantasy adventure story, and if you are unfamiliar with it, I'm going to read the back to you, because even though I wrote it, I still don't know I can't remember the back of the book. You think I would know the back of my synopsis, but I've been working on the sequel to my book, and I just truly don't remember what the back is. But anyway, I digress. I'll read the back. It says, Leon of the Western Plains thought he was like any other young man. He is content learning his father's business as a hunting guide. There is nothing Leon enjoys more than being out with his father on the wide open plains with his faithful steed, armed with his trusty bow and arrows. Life was good. Life was simple and predictable. That, however, would soon change when a mysterious young woman arrives at his family's house with an unusual request. Surely this woman has the wrong person. His parents wouldn't keep secrets from him, would they? The winds of fate are not blowing in Leon's favor when a life-threatening situation happens with his family. It leaves Leon with no other choice but to join forces with this mysterious young woman in a life-changing magical quest that could reshape their world. Unbeknownst to Leon, Prince Nero of the Northern Highlands craves more power and territories. There is no denying he rules with an iron fist and dark magic. Aided by both dark wizard and witch, he desires to rule the entire world and will slaughter any who resist. He fears no one, nothing. Who or what could stand up against Nero's mighty magical warriors? So that is what it's about. If you are interested in purchasing this book, it can be found on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Apple iBooks, and lots of other places books are sold. I'm so excited to be working on the sequel to it. I'm getting pretty close to finishing editing it. And then I will start the next phase of the getting my book into print, which is so exciting. So if you want to read the second book, I would definitely suggest getting your copy of my book, Legends, Orbs of the Elements. So that way you can be caught up and ready to read the second book when it comes out. So that's all the video for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Down in the comments down below, let me know what book looked interesting and good that you might want to read and pick up, or tell me one of your favorite books to read during this harvest season, fall time. I'd absolutely love to know. If you like this video, please give it a big like, subscribe, share with friends and family, and I will see you guys in a new video. Bye-bye for now.